All right, we're on. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Small. This is Civil Discourse Now. This is January 5th, 2025 with Cassie Jackson today. Cassie, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
You asked me a question and you give me a compliment. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. And also, it's always a pleasure to have you on. But here's the thing: that we're right on the precipice. We're right on the edge of quite possibly the end of how our government exists, and I'm really, really, really pensive about it. I mean, just because somebody wins barely an election, which I still don't think it's the case. I still don't think Trump won. It doesn't mean that they get to completely change our government,
Right.
and I don't see how anybody is responding to that by saying, "Wait, I voted for the son of a bitch, but you can't change everything like that. We still have a constitution, and you can't just use it, Trump, to wipe your ass." I mean,
Right. I mean, he's also, let's remind everyone that he has been doing everything that he's promised to do. So I don't know why at this point, when he says he's going to make this a dictatorship, why we should be like, oh no, it's not going to happen. And things aren't going to be the same. I don't know if we'll be able to do podcasts and talk as freely. You might be put in a camp. I have already been threatened today by other advocates in the state that I need to be put on a threat list, and they can't wait till I'm put on a threat list, which are also, we see that Trump is talking about doing this with activists all around the country as well as newspapers. So I could certainly it's going to be a mess. So, and we're going to be unsafe, particularly women and particularly people like you and me who have been vocal in speaking out.
actually, I I haven't really been leftist. I just kind of been going along with them. I'm really
Right.
the deep state spy.
Right.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. Even
I
if
just think it's funny that all these people who like have so much conspiratorial nature about them are about to like really see who they voted for and just how not conspiracy theory minded the left or anyone against Trump is. Like, no, this is going to be your reality, and hope that your kids don't need special services because that's gone, right? Hope that you don't look brown because then you might be detained for being an illegal immigrant, even though you've been born and grew up here. God forbid you go on any kind of app for tracking your ovulation, which is now asking what state you live in, right? So that they can see where you're pregnant at. It's going to be a mess.
yeah, but a lot of it has to do also with the fact that, like, we've had fundamentalist Christianity get involved in running our government for so long, that was not part of the government at the beginning, like with the Constitution or anything, but they're wanting to tell people how to live,
Yeah.
and and that's scary because I know that the red pill convention guys said all we need is 15 to 18% of the people, and we've got it. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay,
But
and
look
that's
how
just
they get those 15 to 18% of the people, and look at the kind of people that they are, right? They're easily manipulated. They're ready to jump on and not be a leader, but be a follower. Like these, and it's unfortunate because the rest of the country's not awake enough yet to realize that voting is the only way to change that, right?
yes. And Lyndon Johnson said, without the right to vote, the other rights fall. I mean, and he probably would have been regarded as one of our greatest presidents, but for the fact that he insisted on putting more military in Southeast Asia, specifically Vietnam. Um,
Let's also back to what you just said. Wait, remind me what you just said because I lost it. Like just that quick.
I mean, I was saying that Lyndon Johnson said all of our rights fall if we don't have a right to vote.
Yeah, and so oh, and I was bringing it back to you were talking about Christian nationalists who they
Yes.
do not want women to be able to vote. So part of that platform, Project 2025, and the Christian nationalist movement is that women should no longer be able to vote. There should be a household vote, and the husband gets to vote for him and a vote for his wife, and as many kids as he has in the home, he gets a vote for each of them, is what they're going for. So that makes all kinds of sense too.
Oh, it's just so much crap. It's a
And people
lot of
also, I like to, they're like, well, no, like, well, what about the law? Like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, we better hope that our police officers, right? Like, we better hope because a place like Indiana, where they're getting all kinds of backing from this um, dictator type president, there's not going to be a lot of wiggle room, right? So it's,
well, I
I don't
mean,
mean to be like just like jovial about it. It's just something that you and I have both watched unfold, and now it's here, and there's nothing that we can do besides just hope, right?
yeah, well, I mean, I saw this video ad for guns in Boone County for next week, and it was like constitutional carry, and I started looking at some of their videos, and it was like what to do if you're pulled over, and they didn't have the most obvious, and that is don't be black. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all these things. If you got a weapon in your car and you're pulled over, all these things you should do. Well, but the worst thing you can do is be black, and
Yeah,
on the video.
driving while black
Yeah,
is
and
one
the
of
videos they had there, most of them, there were one or two black people that I saw, but most of them are white people, and most of them males, and they're all talking about their guns.
right,
And if you want to be safe with firearms, don't own one. And
right.
if you want to make your home more secure, get an alarm system, get good locks on your doors and windows. Don't buy a gun. But there, that's my
Particularly
message.
if you have children in the home, we know that that's how kids get shot the most often is from unsecured firearms, and it's only your fault when that happens as a parent if you have them in the home and they're not properly secured.
Yeah. Well, and the last thing, I've been noticing all these billionaires that I thought were left of center that were helping people out. No, no,
Yeah,
they're not.
they're
So,
not.
anyway, Cassie, you have a marvelous week.
You
Talk to you
too.
later. No, no, no,
See,
no. May the force be with
see
you
you on the
always.
flip side. All right. Bye.